Yeah, before we do our intros here, are you having an issue here as well? I just see the garages and there's no spectator view.
Nope. I'm all good.
Oh, there we go. Everything's loaded up now. All right, so now we can officially kick this off. Welcome everybody to round five, split one in the BRL Esports Championship. It's been a couple weeks since we've been here, but we're back. I'm Danny Stevens alongside Dylan Beckwith. So we're gonna have a good race tonight, as we've had two drivers really starting to emerge as the favorites for the championship as of late. Those two would be Chandler Sieta as well as ERS Ham Newton. Chandler is currently on fire, winning both of the last two races. And ERS Ham Newton has finished second place, runner-up in the last three. So he's gonna try and break through today and get that win that he still doesn't have this season. But either way, he's been running very consistently. He's right up there for the fight in the points. It's the two of them up top, separated by 2 points, with Chandler Sieta as the points leader at the moment. So anyways, we're here now at Spain. This is a track that, it's just been reconfigured in the last couple of years. The tires are there for, we bring a harder compound here for the new surface, but it's still tearing these tires up, as the soft tires are not a very good choice this weekend for race strategy. So expect a lot of drivers to try and start on those mediums, or possibly even the hards, as we see EGZ Sparky is out on the hards right now, trying to set that lap time first on those white wall tires. So yeah, as I was saying, the soft tires, don't expect many people to start off on those, because it's a guaranteed 2-stop if you start on those, or it's a very difficult 1-stop, because those tires are gone in just a couple laps if you use them. So yes, expect a lot of strategy play in this session. Maybe someone will bluff, go out on the softs, pull in at the pits at the last second, like I always seem to commentate those laps, and they pull in at the end of the lap. We'll see if that happens tonight. A lot of these guys like to mess with each other, as we saw in Mexico a couple of seasons ago now, where they'd let each other through for DRS. So this is always a series you can await excitement for. So EGZ Sparky is the first one to do a lap, so we follow on board with him right now. And yep, got a bit of the curve right there, and yeah, he just invalidated it immediately. He's done on that lap. Dukes is now going to turn one. Yellow flag sector one, that's for HG Sparky getting out of the way, no worries there. Yeah, so just like HG Sparky, Ledukes is on the hard tires, so everyone's looking to get these 2 laps in. Oop, as he gets a little loose there on the inside.
Whoa!
Oh, as he's there sideways again on exit.
He did that the lap before, too. He did that on his lap.
Yeah, scruffy lap for him so far, but yeah, just for strategy reasons, expect a lot of drivers to do their first lap on the hards, second lap on the mediums. Because if you do a medium lap earlier, you're not able to do a second lap on those tires without damaging them too much without, having to go on the softs at the end. So expect hard to medium this session. So looks like he's still going to continue with his lap, Ledukes is, as UGG Sparky gets out of the way right there. A few other his Revs at EXC is just stopped on the track, letting somebody through. A lot of drivers coming out on track for an early out lap at the moment. Chandler Sieta's coming across to the final corner right now. It appears he's actually on the soft tires. Here he is coming across the line. That's the first lap of the session, a 118.390. Solid lap for the championship leader. Let's see if anyone else actually tries to start on those softs, because I know they are tricky. Ledukes on the hards does a 122.6. So EGC Sparky's restarted his lap after invalidating it in the second corner last time around to see what he can do. Boss Cookie just started a lap as well. Revs EXC coming into the second sector now on his lap. We'll just follow around right here. Bunch of drivers on an out lap. Still B-Dunk and Mean Fern are still the only 2 in the pits right now. There's another time set, a Ferrari nut. He did. Oh, and Ard goes to the top at a 117.6. It's a great lap for him. Looks like a lot of drivers are trying to do this on the soft tire. They're going to try and stretch that out. Trust me, it's going to be difficult, because I've learned from a previous league race that these softs can really get really rough in about 5 laps. They're very slidey, so expect careful driving. Switchback Racer isn't doing careful driving, as he's now disqualified from the session for driving backwards. I don't think I've seen that one yet in my time commentating for BRL, but yeah, someone's been disqualified for going the wrong way. Switchback Racer, not good for him, as Formula Rager now leaves the session. That's probably a disconnection. Expect him to come back in a second here. We see EGC Sparky on board. Yep, here he is coming around the final corner to set a lap. This one is going to be a 119.986 on the hard tires. It's a respectable effort for him, beating out Ferrari Nut, who is also on the hards, and LeDukes, who is also on the hards. So who else is on a lap? Taylor Clan goes up to 7th, 121.6. See what tires he was on. He was on the hards as well. So as expected, a lot of drivers going out early on the hards, but really unexpected. Some top-tier drivers are trying to start on these softs, and they're going for that less optimal strategy for the race. So that's going to be an interesting story to follow. There's always a shakeup of strategy in this league, as we've noticed, and you viewers have probably noticed over the recent races. We see BRL Maverick coming through the third sector on his lap, as Alderfer Jr. sets a time of 140.3. That was definitely a bailed lap, so it's very far off the pace. Here comes BRL Maverick. Ooh, a little sideways as he enters this final corner, but here he comes on the tight exit right there. Didn't get too much curve across the line. He's on the softs, so that's third place, a 118.7. So not the best lap, 1.1 seconds off of hard on the same compounded tire. They'll want to improve on that later. So you see a lot of drivers in the pits now and haven't even set a lap time. BRL Skeppy is on track though. Across the line, he goes up to 5th, a 119.8. He is on the softs as well. So yes, a lot of drivers on the softs and a lot of drivers on the hards. Let me get the detail up there for you right now of best time. There we go. Now we can see who has done the softs and who has done the hards, and split 50-50 right now. It appears 5 drivers have set a time on the softs, 5 drivers set a time on the hards. As expected, all the hard runners are behind the soft runners at the moment. By the way, it's been a pretty quiet session so far, aside from switchback racers disqualification. Not much has happened, just guys setting clean lap times. As you now see, Boss Cookie and ERS Ham Newton are going out for their laps. But yeah, so keeping an eye on these two right here. This is kind of the quiet moment where everyone who has done their first lap is now just waiting for like the last 2.5 minutes to go out and set a second time. See the guys who just waited a few minutes for the track to rubber up a bit before setting that first lap. ERS Ham Newton and Boss Cookie are both doing that. Let's see, it says that Boss Cookie's best is on the yes, he is on the softs, and he's actually in the grass right there after letting a driver through. And here comes Ham Newton out of the final corner. Oh, that might be an invalidation for the next laps. He went all 4 tires off the track. We'll keep on board with him anyways to see what he can do if this is valid. He is on the hards, but he breaks very deep into the first corner, hits that nice apex beautifully. Doesn't get too much curb on the left side because that can unsettle the car. Lets off a bit through turn 3. Oh, and he bails. Yeah, so it appears that this lap was invalidated, or he just made too much of a mistake there in letting off in turn 3. He's going to have to try again. So we now ride on board Boss Cookie, who is on a lap. Brakes right at the Pirelli board as he has a miniature lockup on the right front right there. Very clean corner as he's going to try and brake on the outside here. He tries to go for the late apex, and he does a decent job of hitting it. He's solid on the power here. As he now approaches the odd uphill chicane here. Don't want to go too wide. Ooh, as he gets the back end and he's in the grass. And he's sideways there again, so maybe the commentator's cursed by going on board with Boss Cookie there, but it was a near disaster for him. Ham Newton's just putting around. Looks like he's going to try and either pit right here and restock the car with fuel and put some new tires on it, or he's going to try and start another one here. We'll keep an eye on that in a second. Formula Rager's out on his out lap as B-Dunk is on a lap. We'll watch him right there, the number 43 car of B-Dunk, as he goes into the second sector now. Doesn't go too wide right there, as many drivers have touched that grass there on the left side. There's a solid corner right there, doesn't get too much curb on the exit as he now brakes into this odd chicane. Going up the hill, he goes off the track a little bit, but no harm done. It's turn 9, this is going to be a talking point of tonight. Turn 9 is debatably flat out in these 2019 Formula One cars, and if you get too much curb on exit there, you can lose the back end and easily end your race or your qualifying session. So we're going to watch out for that tonight. That could be the phrase of the night. B-Dunk pushes wide a bit there on the tight right-hander. It's not going to do too much for his lap time, but either way, he is a good driver. So let's see what he can do as he comes out of the final chicane here. So now enters the final corner. It's a tight exit right there. Doesn't get any curve. Nicely done. Across the line, and it's up to 5th place in those hard tires. A 119.8, so a very valiant effort right there by B-Dunk on that hardest compound of rubber to go up to 5th place to beat out BRL Skeppy, who was on the soft. So well done by him. Art is out on another outlap, so looks like he's going to try and get 3 laps in this session. Chandler Sieta has left the session. It's probably disconnection. I'd expect him back here in a second. He's challenging for pole right now. That would be a tragedy if he was just out of the session for good, but ways we'll look down the grid here. Oh, someone just jumped up the grid. Not sure. That was Maverick who went up to 3rd, I believe. Nope, Maverick just is in 3rd, and he's on an outlap right now, so. It was ERS Sam Newton who set that time, so he was able to go up to 4th place on the hard tires, a 119.0. It's a great lap for those hard tires. His Formula Rager now goes up to 5th place on the softs, 119.0. Only, like a 1/100th of a second behind Ham Newton on 2 tires softer. His Ferrari now goes to 4th, 118.8 on the medium. So it's very early for a medium time. So I'd expect him to retire here, but you never know. He might try to go out at the end on softs if he feels like it. Yeah, very quiet session. Just guys making laps. Not much excitement here. Very calm and collected qualifying session right here. We haven't heard Dylan scream of a crash yet, so that's when you know it's been a clean session.
Yeah.
Now see everyone making their way back to the pits here. Actually, we'll take a look at Ard real quick, because I believe he is on a lap as he crosses the line, a 117.6. So he improves his time at the top. You know, he has proven to be a real threat in qualifying, especially after Bahrain when he went on pole and then just dominated the race from start to finish. So he's looking to get another result like that in tonight, because he has not won since Bahrain. So he's going to try and break this couple races of dry spells, try and put it back on pole and win the race, as he did in Bahrain. As mentioned, yep, as I said, Sieta has just rejoined.
And BRL Mavericks on his lap now.
Good call right there. Yeah, here he is coming up to turn 9 right here. We'll ride on board. Let's see if he could take it flat out. A little bit of a let off as he gets a bit wide on exit there, but not too bad as he now brakes at the 100-meter marker as he enters the 3rd sector. Gets a bit much of the curb on the left side, but it might compromise his exit. But either way, it's a clean-looking bunch of corners right here for Maverick. This is the more technical end of the track. The first 2 sectors are very high speed and straightaways, high speed corners, but the 3rd sector is all about that mechanical grip, slow corners, getting on the power well. As here he comes out of the final corner, what's it going to be for BRL Maverick? And he goes up to 2nd, 118.0, so well done for Maverick. He's only 4/10 off of Ard right now, so you might be able to improve that again. As we now see Ard pulls into the pits as he's going to try and stock up for one more lap. Boss Cookie's on his outlap. He still hasn't set an actual time. I'm surprised by that. It's only 5 minutes left in the session, and his best is 124.9, so we'll see what he can do here. There's a bunch of drivers are in the pit lane. EXC, Revs EXC is out on track. He's about to approach the final corner. No, he's bringing it into the pits. Maverick is in the wall, is he? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he took his front wing off.
Yeah, so he lost his wing on his cooldown lap right there. Not good for him. It's the first incident we've seen since the switchback race or disqualification. Yes, not good for him. Chandler Sieta is now back out for an outlap. Looks like he's going out a bit early for that final run. You expect everyone to make their final push for pole in the last 2 minutes or 30 seconds about, but he's going out with 4:12 left in the session, so it's a bit early, I would say, but let's see what he can do. The track is much more rubbered up than when he set that first time, so it'll probably be an improvement anyways. Mean Fern is out for an outlap. Everyone else really in the pits. His Boss Cookie is actually currently on his lap time in the number 6 Ferrari, which we can finally announce has the 90 years logos on it, so it doesn't look freaking horrible anymore. Thank you, Codemasters, for doing that. So we now see he enters the 3rd sector. Doesn't get much curb there on the left side, which is good. That's a very tall curb. It can really unsettle your car as you enter that double apex right-hander immediately afterward. Very clean bunch of corners right here. Boss Cookie is a quick driver, so I'd expect... Oh, as he cuts the final chicane, and that's going to kill his lap.
It might have been invalidated.
So
I think he's going to the pits.
Oh, and I don't know if he's going to be able to go again, because there's only 3 minutes 18 left, and he just entered the pits. His team is... Oh, he's going to be kicking himself. He's going to have to watch the animation of the the guys pulling his car into the garage and then put the tire blankets on and then take them back off to send him back out. He's going to be kicking himself for cutting that final chicane there.
Wow.
So he might not be able to even set a time here. Feet of the way, Sieta is now on his lap as he comes out of the corner right there, just entering the second sector. See a bit of a lockup on the left front tire there as he enters the tight left-hander. There's a clean corner otherwise as he now comes up the hill on the chicane. 4 tires off the track, but I don't think the game is very tough on that corner anyways. It's a very tight exit as he has a very beautiful run through turn 9 actually as he brakes hard now into the third sector. Good lap so far for Chandler Sieta as we now see a bunch of drivers are starting to leave the pits.
Yep, I think Boss Cookie's going to make it, actually. Let's go now with everyone
He
else.
is going to make it. All right, good shout right there. So we'll see what Boss Cookie can do on a single real lap here at the end. But here, anyways, here comes Chandler Sieta to the final corner. See, he gets a bit of curb on the exit there. Doesn't really matter. It's high speed across the line. He goes to the top on a 117.619. So only fractions of a second faster than Ard. But Chandler Sieta is now provisionally on the pole. We'll see if Ard will be able to beat that. As he now, yes, as Ard now comes out at the last second for his out lap with 1:50 left in the session. Yeah, here comes everyone for their out lap. As I mentioned, it's within normally the last 2 minutes 30 seconds. You see everyone pull out, getting ready to do that last lap here. Oh, as there's, yeah, I think that was Chandler Sieta getting out of the way of guys on their out lap there. He got a bit of grass there. He's going to have to be careful on this cool down lap because those are the tires he's starting on. Is yes, your tires right there. Like someone improved right there. That might have been Ferrari, I'm not sure. But oh, yep. So here's ERS Ham Newton on the mediums. It doesn't say he's on an out lap. This may actually be his lap. We'll ride on board here in the final chicane. Let's see if he does improve. Comes out of the final corner. Opens the DRS and across the line he only goes up to 4th at a 118.1. But that is on the medium compound tires, so that's a good result for him. We now see other drivers starting to start their lap. Mean Fern is on a lap at the moment. Actually, this might be his cooldown since his best is on the mediums and he's currently on the mediums. Anyways, yeah, we'll just skip around right here. BRL Alderford Jr. is on the soft tires, so he's going from the mediums to the softs. That's interesting. So he's going to scrap that ideal strategy and go on the softs here at the end. We see Ard is also on a lap, so he was one of the last drivers to cross the line, only ahead of Formula Rager. So those two will be oh, as Revsy XE wrecks out of the second corner. We caught it right there as he loses his left front tire. Miserable for him. And now a couple drivers are coming through. This won't impede the drivers behind, like B-Dunk, who are on a lap, as he was off the track to the left side there. They'll be able to get across the line, no harm, no foul, as he was out of the way right there. So here comes Ard through turn number 9 as a few other drivers are getting ready to cross the line, I believe. We'll try and search down the grid. Yes, as here's Leduc entering the final few corners here. He's on his medium tires after starting on the hards earlier in the session. He's actually holding up a Williams behind him right now. As a Toro Rosso, Taylor Clan retires from the session directly in the middle of the racetrack on the final corner. Leduc's only goes to 12th. Looks like EGC Sparky was the one behind him. As Mean Fern is now out of the session. He's retired on that time that he set on the mediums. So we now see some drivers are crossing the line. Boss Cookie goes up to 5th. And Ard sets another fastest lap, a 117.5. So he improves by 1/10 of a second to retake the pole from Chandler Sieta, who will now be in second. We'll see if BRL Maverick can beat his time, as BRL Maverick is now coming through the final chicane. Here he is in the final corner, full throttle on the gas. Tight exit, let's see what he can do, and it is still 3rd for Maverick. He stays at a 118.0. So not good enough to dethrone either one of the two drivers on the front row, but yeah, that looks like it's the end of the session right there. Not many drivers are on a lap, and I don't think any drivers are on a lap, so yeah, looks like that'll be it. Ard will be on pole position tonight. Gonna try and get that oh, his AI just slams into the front of the Boss Cookie right there. But anyways, it's pole position for Ard, and he's gonna be starting on the soft compound tires, so that'll be something to watch for. As I pick up 500 XP for that. Ard is your pole sitter. Chandler Sieta, 2nd place. Very close for pole position right there. Only 7/100 of a second separating them. Just real quick, I want to give a good shout out to Chandler Sieta, who's really amped up his pace here in this season. As I remember back in the AOR, the first season of AOR America, he was very clearly the second driver to his teammate Ed Toronha. He's really improved his pace, and now he's a championship threat over here in BRL. So well done by him to be continuously running well up here. But BRL Maverick is starting third on the softs. ERS Ham Newton is the first of the medium runners, and he's in fourth place. So that's something they're going to have to be worried about, as yeah, he's on that more optimal tire, and he's directly behind them in fourth place. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. So this is the time that we pick our ones to watch. I know Dylan hasn't gotten much radio time tonight, but I'll ask him right now. Who do you think is gonna, who do you think is either gonna be the winner or the best performer here tonight?
All right. Well, just to start it off, I think obviously ERS Ham Newton, really great driver. He'll be up there. Chandler Sieta obviously has shown pace in the past couple races. Deer Hunter, also a great driver that we've seen get race victories and great results in the past. Boss Cookie, also one to watch out for. And yeah, but I would say mainly ERS Sam Newton.
Yeah, I was gonna say I fully agree with you there. I feel like people are gonna review my past commentaries and realize that it seems like I always pick ERS Ham Newton. I'm not doing that on purpose. It's just I see what happens in qualifying and I make an educated guess. I do think he's gonna be the winner tonight. So those softs are gonna be very tough to manage for the front three drivers. Those tires are gone after like 5 laps. Not even just gone, but they overheat very quickly and they're very slidey. So I'd expect the optimal grip from the mediums to pay off here for ERS Ham Newton. So I'd expect him to have a good race tonight. Other drivers I'd expect to do well. Ferrari Nut, he's been in a bit of a slump lately, I believe. Let's see if he can come back tonight and get a good race in. Boss Cookie's normally pretty good. He set a time on the mediums, I believe, as well. So he's a mediums runner. Really anyone on the mediums I think you should watch out for here is I think they might have implemented a 5-minute break in a BRL. I'm not sure. I know that they do that for UFR. But yeah, no one's readied up yet, so it looks like we have some time to relax here before the start of this race. Got a good crowd tonight, 15 people and 15 people watching right now. We thank you for watching and tuning in tonight for BRL. It's always good to see the fans we got here, so shout out to BRL Esports, absolutely. Yeah, what were you going to say there, Dylan?
I was just gonna say that we still have the award from the last race that we commentated for biggest L. So so far.
Well, no, we can't make that prediction. We got to see it happen.
Well, I mean, in qualifying, we had someone get disqualified for going the wrong way.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That is already playing
Actually,
into
he might have that locked down tonight. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I think there might be a little bit of contact. I don't want to jinx it, but.
Yep, someone's readied up, so now we got 24 seconds left till the start of this race. Everyone's got to hurry up and get those the strategies finalized, get the amount of fuel they want in the car finalized, get this thing started. So, yeah, Spain, in real life, not a great track for overtaking, but in this game, it is a fantastic track for overtaking. As the dirty air isn't too much of a factor in this game. I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's not as bad as real life. And front straightaway is very long. Looks like yes, we do have a formation lap here. Making sure it isn't that freak time where there's no formation lap, but we just go green right off the get-go, and I'm not ready for it. But, yep, here they are peeling away. So you can see Ard, Chandler Sieta, BRL Maverick, your top 3 podium sitters at the moment, leading off the field here on the formation lap. Just get the spectator detail up here for tires. There we go. So you can see right there. Alderfer Jr., actually, this is going to be a tough race for him. He's in 7th place on that very, sacrificial soft tire. So he's going to have to make positions up quickly here, I think, for that soft strategy to pay off. As I'm now noticing, there are only 4 drivers on those soft tires in the whole grid, so not a very popular selection here tonight. So you never know. Last time at Bahrain, I kept saying the softs were pretty bad, but they were able to one-stop on them. So we'll see what these guys up here can do.
Yeah,
but Spain's a different animal. These tires are miserable here, so we'll see.
Yeah, if it can rain in Abu Dhabi,
second DRS straight.
If it can rain in Abu Dhabi, anything can happen. So
yeah, mentioning right there the rain in the the finale for BRL in season 1 when it rained in Abu Dhabi. I can't think of a better call we've ever made. Yeah, but let's hope that we can make a better call tonight. I want to see some action. These guys got to excite us here. I want to get excited. These guys normally do a good job at that. We saw that at Bahrain early in the season. That was a great race. And we haven't seen anything other than that because I'm continuously not available, but we're back here tonight. We're going to get this thing commentated. We're going to do it well for you guys. So here they are pulling up to the grid. Our pole sitter once again. Channel Seattle locking at the front row in second there. BRL Maverick in third. ERS Ham Newton fourth. And you can see the rest on the left there as the final drivers are starting to pull up. Switchback racer is starting on the mediums. He was able to get a free selection there after getting disqualified in qualifying. He's going to have some work to do. He might be the biggest mover of the night, actually. He should be one to watch. He's a pretty good driver, starting in last place. Skeppy has left a session. That's not good for him as the lights are starting to come on for this race. The cameras, oh, there we go. We got 5 lights, and it is time to bring the action now as they were waiting there on the lights. Good start for Ard. Very good start for Ard as Chandler Sieta is now under fire from ERS Ham Newton behind. Maverick with a dreadful start as well. As they barrel now into the first corner, it looks like there may have been some contact between Boss Cookie and ERS Ham Newton there, but either as Boss Cookie goes around, he's in the wall as the Red Bull of Mean Fern is also picking up damage. Terrible start for the two of them. Oh man, we caught it right there in the bottom right corner of the screen as the Ferrari went sideways and into the barriers. Not a great start for him as we have another car off track. That's the Alderfer Jr., another bad race for him tonight. Oh man, after winning the first race in Melbourne, it just has not gone well for him as he's now 16th after spinning early. As Art is now your leader still as we coming through to turn number 9. Chandler Sieta second place, 8/10 behind. ERS Ham Newton is already up to third as he was able to pick up a spot on Maverick off the line. Great start for him on the medium tires. So now see them dive now into the turn number 10 as they enter the third sector. Really see we can see some clumsy overtakes if anyone tries to chuck it up the inside one of these slow speed corners. We'll look down the grid right here. Appears that Leduc is actually pretty close to Mean Fern after he had a dreadful start. Leduc is going to try and capitalize on that bad start for Mean Fern as now Switchback Racer is already up to 13th place after starting 17th. So well done for him. So now see Ard come across the line as the leader. Oh, sideways, lagging was the Mercedes right there. I mean the Williams, right there is now, there's Switchback Racer and the Mercedes coming out of the final corner. Everyone's slipstreaming it up down the front straightaway, but it doesn't look like there are any overtakes here.
Yeah, pretty good start for B-Dunk, actually. Making up 3 positions there.
Absolutely. He went up to 5th place right there. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, the Renaults are looking very good right now in 4th and 5th place. Maverick did lose a spot on ERS Ham Newton. He's going to have to try and get that back.
I just saw Taylor Clan actually just gain 7 positions.
Did he really? So well done for Taylor Clan. He's gone from 16th to 9th then. Great start for him because he's now in the points only on lap 2. Well done from him, but I'd say ERS Ham Newton is something to watch now as he's already up to 3rd place on those medium tires and he's only 1.5 back at the mark of 1.5 laps right here. So yeah, this is a great start for him. He's going to be one to watch as he tries to hunt down these guys later in the first stint. We'll look further down the grid. We've got some closer gaps of Deer Hunter and Taylor Clan. They're 6/10 apart, and 6/10 also is the gap between Ferrari Nut and Deer Hunter. So Deer Hunter is going to try and put the pressure on Ferrari Nut. His teammate is going to try and put the pressure on Deer Hunter of Taylor Clan. Formula Rager is right behind them as well. Looks like the gap from 7th all the way down to 13th. All these drivers are pretty neck and neck as the DRS is now enabled as they hit lap 3. So we're going to start seeing some overtakes really as we now see Switchback Racer shaping up a move on Leduc here. We ride on board as he's going to try and go to the right side here. And yes, he is. So hard on the brakes. The Switchback Racer Leduc is starting to run off the track. And he does go run off the track. He hits that tall curve on the left side. Switchback is able to make the move right there. So well done for him to go up to 12th place. He's now getting switched back actually by Leduc's there as he was able to get to his inside. But no, there he is able to confirm the position, move up to 12th for good there. His Boss Cookie is now starting to put Leduc's under fire. He's going to try and come back now after his miserable start getting spun into the barriers in the first couple corners. There he is around the outside. Nice move by Boss Cookies. He's now up to 13th place. Now see, some drivers running the gravel right there, but the two Toro Rossas are very close to each other as they now enter the DRS straightaway. Right on board Deer Hunter. Right? Oh, no, Deer Hunter was able to pass Taylor Clan, so never mind. He was able to make the overtake off screen right there. Well done by Deer Hunter. Just the Formula Rager is starting to put Taylor Clan under fire. So Taylor Clan, you know, was it Taylor Clan his start? We'll see if he can hold on to the start that he was able to get. As there's some drivers close behind that may try to overtake him. See, Mean Fern's going to try and pick up the pieces he lost early on as well. He's in 11th at the moment. Going to try and make some moves on Formula Rager. Now see, these drivers are kind of spread apart a little bit right here as the Renaults are close to each other. It's B-Dunk is in the DRS right now of his teammate, BRL Maverick, as he goes to the inside actually on his teammate. Could have been, it was close encounters for the Renaults right there. You don't want to see any contact between teammates, but they were not able to make contact right there, so good job by both of them to not do that. Ooh, his B-Dunk goes a bit wide there on the tarmac on the left. But yeah, looks like a lot of things are happening right now as Taylor Clan's starting to put Deer Hunter under fire. I do believe Deer Hunter was already ahead of Taylor Clan, so my apologies if he was. But either way, he's going to try and make a move on his teammate there. So a lot of teammate battles right now. The Renaults and the Toro Rossos. This Formula Rager is still keeping in within distance of Taylor Clan. Mean Fern in 11th place. He's trying to catch back up to these guys. Mean Fern is starting on the hard, so to be able to keep up is, I'd say, is pretty good by him since he's on that hardest compounded tire. Switchback race up to 12th place. So Boss Cookie's already back up to 13th, so well done by him to recover up to there so far. See if he can get some more positions back as the race goes on. But either way, it is still Art up front as he now comes to the final corner here on lap number 4 to start lap number 5. He's doing a good job keeping his head down and driving away from the championship leader, Chandler Seattle, right now. Chandler is 2.4 seconds clear of ERS, so these guys are going to try and take advantage of the softs while they can, as now the Renaults are about to get side-by-side again as B-Dunk has the DRS. Side-by-side now as he's able to clear him before even making it to turn number 1. So well done by B-Dunk, tucking in the slipstream and opening the DRS. He's now up into 4th place. We now see, his EGC Sparky got a little wide. Oh, nope, he's just lagging pretty badly right there. Looked like he ran off track. Ferrari Nut up into 7th place. Good start for him so far. As Deer Hunter's starting to pull away from his teammate a little bit. It was, I believe, 3/10 a couple laps ago. Now it's at 6, but now Taylor Clan is bringing it down to 5, so he's actually not clear of his teammate just yet, especially now that they're coming up to a DRS straight. Formula Rager gets a bit wide right there, as well as Mean Fern. Not the great exit for the both of them, but we'll see what they can do down the DRS straight. Haul some of that lost ground back in. Yeah, looks like just some single file midfield racing right now. Not much craziness going on as Boss Cookie is notorious for picking up penalties. He gets a 3-second early on here. Yeah, EGC Sparky's lagging like crazy. It looked like he passed BRL Maverick there on the left side, but nah, he just lagged ahead and lagged back behind. Ferrari's actually starting to put him under fire here. Right on, oh yeah, as EGC Sparky has the X sign. That's the X of death, as we like to call. Oh, he's lagging all over the shop. But either way, let's see what Ferrari Nut can do here as Mean Fern picks up a 3-second time penalty. Ferrari Nut has the DRS open. And let's see. It doesn't look like he's going to be close enough, or maybe, as he lags back. This has got to be very frustrating for Ferrari Nut, as he does not want to have to deal with that. As you see, Sparky falls off the track right there. So it looks like he actually did lose the position. So well done by Ferrari Nut to avoid the lagging Rocket Williams right there, as now that's something Deer Hunter is going to have to deal with, as well as his teammate who's directly behind. Formula Rager has been able to close down the gap to Taylor Clan. He's within 4/10 now. Let's see as he actually runs a bit tight there, didn't get the best exit. His switchback racer, his teammate, is now up to 11th place with Boss Cookie directly behind him. So good old Mercedes-Ferrari battle right here for 11th place. Not normally the position you hear these two cars fighting for, but 11th place is what they're going to have to go for, because they both didn't have the best starts right here, especially after switchbacks disqualification qualifying and Boss Cookie's spin in the first couple corners.
Yeah, speaking of disqualification, I was just seeing that, looking at the racetrack, there's a lot of exceeding track limits warnings, so that's definitely going to be a theme here, I have a feeling, for the rest of this race. Not just with specific drivers, but I think just all drivers just with this track.
Oh, and here's Art in the pit lane already on lap 7, so as expected, these softs are gone. He's putting on the mediums right now, so that's a guaranteed 2-stop for Art. There's no way he's going to bring those to the end. So Chandler Sieta, the championship leader, now is promoted up in the first place. Let's see if he tries to stretch these out for a possible 1-stop, as Art has already set himself up for this 2-stop. So now see Formula Rager is getting very close to Taylor. As he gets a bit sideways there to turn number 2. Very close right there between the two of them. We'll keep an eye on that battle as the race continues. 3/10 is the gap between Ferrari and GC Sparky, so he's starting to close the back end on Ferrari. Ferrari going to try and get away from that lag in Williams right there, but we'll see if he's able to do that. Deer Hunter 1.1 seconds behind. Never mind, that's Taylor Clan 1.1. Oh, EGC Sparky's left the session, so he's lagged out. So all that lag that he's been experiencing early on has finally kicked him. And he's out of the session there from not a disqualification, it's just a disconnection. So I'd expect him to get an invite and try and take control of his ghost car here as the race continues. But Deer Hunter's able to promote himself up to the 6th place because of that disconnection. Let's see if Chandler pits here as he's coming through the final chicane. This is something to follow because he's Ard's main competition here tonight. Yes, here he comes into the pit. Oh, as he hits the cone there on entry. That's Chandler Sieta coming into the pits, and let's watch here real quick to see what tires he puts on. It's either going to be the medium or the hard for Chandler Sieta, I would expect. Here he comes down to the... We'll check back on that in a second. ZRS Ham Newton is now promoted up at a lead, so he's definitely going to try and one-stop on the hards a few laps later. Now see what tires is Sieta on. He is on the hards, I believe. So it looks like Chandler might try to go to the end here from lap 8 on the hards. It's definitely doable. It's just going to be a stretch.
Yeah, Maverick's going on the mediums. The size put at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like a 2-stop then for Ard and Maverick, and it looks like, Chandler Sieta is going to try and one-stop it from the softs to the hards to see what he can do about that. But yeah, strategy's starting to take form here as the medium runners, which there's quite a lot of them, are still out on track right now. From 1st place down to 9th, everyone has done 7 laps on those mediums, and I'd expect them to come into the pits and within the next 5 laps for the hard tires, go to the end on those hards, try and split the race in half from those 2 harder compounds. Definitely an easier race to run because you're not having to manage the tires quite as badly as those softs, because as you saw, those guys had to pit very early because those tires are not very durable whatsoever. So we'll see what happens here as the race continues, but yeah, good race so far for the Toro-Rosas. They're in 4th and 5th place. Good race for B-Dunk because he's been able to move up the grid. He's up in the 2nd place at the moment. So yeah, I'd expect these guys who just pitted to be pushing really hard. As Boss Cookie is now trying to make a move here on Taylor Clan out of the final corner. He's going to have the DRS open as they're now side by side down the front straightaway. Let's see what he can do the first corner as Ard sets the fastest lap time of the race. And yes, he's able to clear the Toro Rosso Taylor Clan before they even made the corner. So well done there by Boss Cookie in opening the DRS and getting a good run down the straightaway. So now see the Mercedes boys are very close to each other, only 6/10 apart. Oops, switchback gets a bit wide there. He loses a 10th, I believe. As Ard is only 2.4 seconds. Oh, no, never mind. Yes, he is 2.4 seconds behind them. So they're going to have to get a move on there. They are net even because Ard is going to have to pit again, but if he catches up, that's going to be tough for them because Ard's just going to be on fresher tires from the get-go. So they're going to have to try and get a move on here. We'll see, not much else going on right now aside from the 2 Mercedes guys going at it, but it looks like that gap is stretched out to 7/10 right now as Boss Cookie's trying to hunt down Deer Hunter here. So we'll keep an eye on that for a second as ERS Sam Newton just continues to lead, a 3.1 gap down to B-Dunk. So now it goes to 3.2, 3.3 as he's starting to stretch it even further out of the 3rd sector. So that just might show that ERS Sam Newton might have a more aero-dependent setup as he's been able to pull away there in the 3rd sector as he now loses a 10th on the front straightaway. So it'll be something to keep an eye on if someone tries to pass him later. But yeah, the Mercedes boys are close once again. It's only 4/10 between Formula Rager and Switchback Racer. We go on board with Switchback. Formula Rager goes to the inside to try and keep away that, whoa, that's a great shot right there for the Switchback Racers. They're side by side going to the first corner, and he has them cleared before they get to the corner. Well done by Switchback Racer, go up to 7th place. He's improved 10 positions after starting 17th place after getting disqualified in qualifying. So well done by him. And he's in great shape right here since he's on that one-stop strategy as well. But Ard is all of a sudden giving these guys fire at the moment. He's directly behind Formula Rager. He caught up very quickly. He's going to try and make a move. Oh, as Formula Rager locks up right there. He's able to get to the inside, Ard is, and he's now able to clear Formula Rager before they even get to the chicane. So he doesn't even have to use any ERS really, or DRS going down the straightaway here to make an overtake. Well done by Ard, as now Switchback Racer is going to have him in his mirrors. Now see, Boss Cookie is still 1.9, but oh, his Alderford Jr.'s retired from the session. He might be out of the race. Yeah, he is out of the race. Not sure what happened to him. Might have been a wreck, but yeah, his dry spell continues. Not a good race whatsoever. For Alderford Jr., he's out as ERS Ham Newton continues on the lap 11. Yeah, it looks like he was spun out in the final corner there, as I could see. The Williams there was wrecked, and that's what Alderford is. So he's out of the session. Looks like he had a wreck in the final corner. Unfortunate for him. Yeah, B-Dunk is starting to pull it in a little bit on ERS Ham Newton. He's caught him by 3/10 that last lap. Good job by him. The next Ferrari Nut is only 1.3 seconds behind him. A good race for him. Deer Hunter 2.9 back in 4th place. Boss Cookie 1.7 back in 5th place. He's starting to catch Deer Hunter a little bit. 2/10 that lap. And Taylor Clan is starting to see Art in the mirrors. As Art was able to pass Switchback, we just saw there on the left side. So Art is on the move right here on that 2-stop strategy. He's got to be pushing like all hell on these fresher tires to try and get back up there, because he's like they're both going to have to pit one more time between Art and ERS Ham Newton. I'm comparing because those are the two mathematically that are going to match up here at the end and win the race. So Art is going to have to get a move on here to try and get closer to ERS Ham Newton, because they both have one pit stop left to make. So, yep, here he is with the DRS open behind Taylor Clan as they enter the 3rd sector. It's getting very close. I'd expect a move maybe even in this 3rd sector because his tires are that much fresher. 10 laps versus 4 laps. Yeah, Art's giving him the look there on the inside, showing I'm here, I'm going to try and make a move on you down the front straightaway, as as he actually messes up the beginning of the final chicane right there a little bit. That might not prevent him from making the overtake here, but anyways, we'll see from the helicopter angle here. He's tucked in the slipstream, got the DRS open. Is he going to go to the left side? Yes, he is, and it is side by side into turn number 1. And he's not going to be able to hold it, so he went to the outside there. As he starts to switch back him right there, but he's going to be on the outside here for turn number 3. He's going to try and cut back down to the inside, maybe on exit of turn number 3. Yes, he is. That's Art down to the inside of the Toro Rosso Taylor Clan into the next corner, and there he is in sector 2 making the overtake. Art up into 6th place, so well done by as Taylor Clan gets a little squirrely there on the grass coming out of the corner there. That was a close call for him, as Chandler Sieta starting to make overtakes on his fresh tires up in the 9th place over Formula Rager. And just remember, Chandler Sieta is on the hard tires, so it appears he's going to try and go to the end here. I did see someone in UFR early in the season did that a couple weeks ago. Actually, it was 1 week ago. Someone was able to one-stop from soft to hard, so I'd expect Chandler Sieta to try and do that here tonight. He's doing a decent job right here as he's up in the 9th place, not too far back from Ard, but Switchback Racer is his next target. So you can see him right there. Let's see, Ard's distance to Boss Cookie is 2.9 seconds. He's got a decent gap to catch up there. He's going to try and make an overtake, but we're about to see these one-stoppers on the mediums pit within a couple laps here. It's normally lap 14 to 15 you're going to see them come in. Yeah, Boss Cookie has really started to close down on Deer Hunter here. It's a 1.2 second gap. He might have the DRS next time around. He's only 3/10 away from that 1 second barrier. So, yeah, you have yellow flags in sector 2. Let's see if anything happened. As Chandler Sieta makes the move on Switchback Racer, we saw right there. He's able to go up in the 8th place. And it looks like Rev's EXC might have spun out right there as he lost the position. Mean Fern not having a great race either, I'm noticing. He's down at 13th at the moment after that miserable start in the first couple corners.
Ferrari on B-Dunk there.
Yeah, I just saw that. Deer Hunt, Ferrari Nut was able to make that overtake as Alderford Jr. leads the session after retiring earlier on. Here he is, Ferrari Nut up into 2nd place, so well done by him to pass B-Dunk. B-Dunk now has the DRS going down the straightaway here, but he's not close enough to lunge it up the inside. So well done by Ferrari Nut to protect that 2nd place in the podium. Well done by him. B-Dunk may get a run back on him here down the front straightaway, so it's a very long straightaway with the DRS open. Boss Cookie closed in another 10th on Deer Hunter here, 1.1 seconds. Actually, it's 2/10, so we saw 1.3 here in sector 1. So now see a yellow flag in sector 3. What's going on? The leaders are in sector 3. Yes, as they're all starting to pit now, actually. So ERS Ham Newton in the pit lane, Ferrari Nut in the pit lane, B-Dunk in the pit lane, Deer Hunter's coming in, Boss Cookie's coming in. They're all coming in. Art is going to promote it up in the 1st place here as he sets the fastest lap of the race. So expect him to pit one more time within the next maybe 5 to 7 laps. I'd expect Art to come back in here. The Taylor Clan is still out there on the mediums. He's staying out on the he's going to stay out on the medium tires. He's going to probably come in this time around. Switchback Racers staying out as well. They're doing that additional lap on those mediums. Chandler Sieta is in 3rd place on those hards. He's going to try and one stop to the end. And yeah, This is a great position for Ham Newton. He's not very far back. As we count right here, it's about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's about 9 to 10 seconds behind Ard here. As Ard was making overtakes on his fresh rubber while ERS Ham Newton was able to lead and have the clean air. So he didn't lose much time whatsoever to Ard. In fact, he probably gained time on Ard in that stint. So he's in a great position to win this race right here on that one-stop strategy, as Ard is now pushing on the clean air right here on that two-stopper. He's still got to make that second pit stop, as we mentioned. So now see Taylor Clan is starting to get put under pressure by Chandler Sieta. I'd expect Taylor Clan to pit right here, but if he doesn't, I'd expect Chandler Sieta to open the DRS and make an overtake on the front straightaway here. Sound like you were breathing a little heavy there. Did you see anything exciting down the grid or no?
No, it's just my mic. But yeah, looking down the grid, Maverick and B-Dunk are getting pretty close here. Obviously on 2 different tires, but they are actually, I feel like they're both hunting down Ferrari a little bit. They are definitely gaining, especially with DRS.
The old Taylor Clan, as I said, he came into the pits right there. Expected that. He's now starting to fall down the order, but that's expected because there's going to be 2 stoppers pitting again, so he'll get promoted back up the grid as Maverick is able to pass B-Dunk right there. He is on the he's on a 2-stopper while B-Dunk is on the 1-stopper, so this is looking good for B-Dunk, because if Maverick pits again, he's going to lose about 21 seconds on him, and B-Dunk is directly behind him, so it looks like he has the advantage of the 2 Renaults at the moment. Ferrari is in 4th place on his hards, and he's going to the end on the 1-stopper. So great positioning for Ferrari and ERS Ham Newton, as they're already clear of some of the 2-stoppers there on their 1-stop. Great stuff from them.
Yeah, B-Dunk really just needs to hang on to Maverick's DRS and just try and get closer to Ferrari, because the closer the better. Obviously, as a pit stop buffer, but you know, as close to the front runners as he can get is where he wants to be.
Well, anyways, Ard is still out on his mediums. He's done 8 laps. We saw the other drivers do 13 to 14 laps from the 1-stop earlier, so I'd expect him to come in to the pits within the next couple laps here, as he's on lap 9 on those tires at the moment. Those are starting to wear down a little bit. Chandler Sieta 6.2 seconds back. As I said, I expect him to go to the end on these hards, so he's in a good position to possibly win this race, actually. As ERS Ham Newton is 4 seconds behind him, so this is actually going to be the race to watch. It's between Chandler Sieta and ERS Ham Newton. When Ard pits, it'll be fun to see what he can do. Oh, as Maverick is actually making a move on Ferrari Nut there. He's able to move up into 4th place. Good stuff from him, as now B-Dunk is starting to put Ferrari Nut under fire as well. So Ferrari Nut currently in a Renault sandwich as they enter the 2nd sector here into the Pirelli boards. It's doing a great race so far from Ferrari Nut. It hasn't been great as of late, I don't believe, but good stuff from him right now. He's set up for a podium at the moment, based off of one of the 2-stoppers pit, so good stuff from him. Boss Cookie in 7th place, 2 laps on the hards, but he's going to the end as well. Good recovery from him after being spun and sent to the barriers there in the first couple corners. Gonna try, as he runs wide right there, that may have been a warning. There's sector 2, we have a yellow, let's see what happened. It's like something might have happened to Maverick. Yeah, something might have happened to Maverick, because Ferrari Nut was able to re-overtake him there in the non-overtaking zone right there, so good job by Ferrari Nut to capitalize on the opportunity. The mistake by Maverick that I believe happened, as B-Dunk was able to get around him as well. As Maverick is now under fire from Boss Cookie here, as Ard sits the fast lap of the race once again. Yeah, we'll ride on board Boss Cookie here as they come. Oh, as Boss Cookie cuts that corner really bad, coming into the final corner. Doesn't matter anyways, he's still got a decent exit. After that, he's going to open the DRS. Go to the right side. Oh, as Maverick makes a defensive move there to the right as they're side by side in the front straightaway. Boss Cookie's able to claim that position before they even get to the corner, as we've seen with many overtakes here tonight. So good stuff from him. Maverick swerved over a little bit of a Verstappen there, but no harm, no fouls. There's no damage for either of the 2 drivers. Good stuff by both of them and keeping it clean. But yeah, B-Dunk is starting to get back on Ferrari Nut right here, as the gap is only 0.6 seconds. I expect the DRS to be open here, going out of turn number 9. He's going to try and get closer for sector 3 and maybe make that overtake on the front straightaway. We'll catch back up to that in a second. We see the 2 Toro Rosas are starting to stretch away from each other at the moment, as Deer Hunter is now 4.7 seconds up on his teammate. Switchback Racer in 10th place, 1.2 seconds back from Taylor Clan, so Switchback might be able to make a pass here on Taylor Clan within the next. Oh, as Taylor Clan goes off the track, and he's all the way in the grass, so Switchback Racer is able to move up into 9th place. a good job in seeing what happened right there and making sure to not get too excited and run off the track by switchback racer there.
Yeah,
Taylor Clan went way off the track and distracted him, yeah.
that's a shame because Taylor Clan really was making great progress. He still is up 6 positions from the starting place, but that's never going to send him back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not great for him, but either way, he's still in the points. We got 1 point right now, and the 2 stoppers are going to pit again, so it's going to promote him up a few positions as B-Dunk is now able to make the... Looks like he was able to make the move on Ferrari out there down the front straightaway as expected. Oh, as he picks up a 3-second time penalty, he gets loose in turn 2 right there. Ferrari is coming back on the inside, side by side up the hill. And it looks like he's able to take the position back off of B-Dunk. So good stuff there by Ferrari to capitalize on the mistakes there by B-Dunk. He's able to move back up into 4th place and provisionally 3rd when Ard pits. So this is essentially the fight for the podium. So yeah, good battling right here between B-Dunk and Ferrari Nut. This Boss Cookie's starting to actually show his face right here. He's 1.7 seconds back from these guys. He's starting to catch up. BRL Maverick's starting to reel them back in after his mistake a couple laps ago. He's only 1.2 seconds back on Boss Cookie. Yeah, it's really those drivers are pretty close, and then there's a big separation between BRL Maverick and Deer Hunter, who's 5 seconds back, and then every driver behind them is about 3 to 4 seconds, 2 seconds for Formula Rated and Taylor Clan. So it's very stretched out. In the midfield right there is Mean Fern's 28 seconds back. He's not having a great race. LeDuc's not having a great race as well, so he's still behind. Oh, yeah, they're both actually ghost cars. The LeDuc's and UGC Sparky are both out of the race, essentially. As Art is still your leader, I'd expect him to pit either next time or 2 times around more, as he's on 12. Oh yes, yeah, good shout right there as they were side by side going into turn number 1. B-Dunk is able to retake that position on Ferrari Nut. Let's see if Ferrari Nut can do the crossover he did last lap, and no, he's not, as B-Dunk did not get tangled on the curb this time. So he's able to hold on to that 4th place and provisional 3rd place, so well done by him. Ferrari Nut's going to try and keep it with him over the next couple laps to see if he can be able to pass him back, as they're both on even tires. Probably even pace, these 2 drivers are very solid. This Boss Cookie's starting to get a lot closer. That was a nice late apex by him right there. He's now 1.2 seconds back. Got a good exit there. So 1.2 seconds back up Ferrari Nut. Expect him to get the DRS and really get into this battle here in a couple laps. But yeah, Deer Hunter's still very far back from them. Maverick has fallen off again. I think he might have made another mistake as he was very wide there at turn number 9. He has fallen back to 3.5 seconds behind Boss Cookie, who's now 1.0 and 9/10 now behind Ferrari Nut. So he is now in DRS range. This is now a 3-way fight for 4th place. It's great battling right here as now Art is in the pits. So here is Art in the pit lane. He's going to put on another set of mediums. So it's going to be a set of mediums to the end for Art. He's going to be on full attack mode, pushing to the end. He's got 13 laps to catch up to the leaders here. Let's see what he can do. That'll be exciting to watch. But anyways, Chandler Sieta is your leader with DRS Ham Newton in 2nd place. It's 3.3 seconds between them. Chandler Sieta is on 6 laps older hards here, so I'd expect DRS Ham Newton to start hauling him in within the next few laps as those older hards start to wear off a bit more than DRS Ham Newton's. So good stuff from Chandler to actually still have that gap right there on those much older tires. His tires are twice as old as DRS Ham Newton's. He's been able to hold him out to a 3-second gap. It's well done from him. As this battle for 3rd is not over. As Ferrari Nut is 3/10 behind. As Boss Cookie's 9/10 behind. Ooh, Ferrari Nut actually, never mind. It was Boss Cookie had a tough corner right there. It's confused between the name Ferrari Nut and the Ferrari Boss Cookie behind.
I was going to say Boss Cookie.
Oh, and Art is right behind them.
Yeah, it's going to really throw a wrench in this whole thing because really what needs to happen is Ferrari Nut and B-Dunk, even though they don't really want to, they really need to get a move on. They need to get moved before one of the faster drivers with the faster tires start overtaking them and making their life like even more difficult than it is right now. So they really got to work together and just try and keep it clean and not overheat their tires because these guys behind them have absolutely nothing to lose. So
yeah, well, this is the excitement we've been looking for. Is we now have a 4-way fight for the bottom of the podium right here. B-Dunk, Ferrari Nut, Boss Cookie, and Art are all within close proximity to each other with the DRS wide open on the front straightaway here. No one's able to make a move as they're just too far apart. Ferrari Nut gets a bit wide there in turn 1, but Art is going to be kicking himself right here. He's getting held up by this battle between these 2 in front of him. This Boss Cookie goes very wide, and he almost touches the gravel. He sweeps back in front of Art right there, almost chopped him off, but good job by Art avoiding as Boss Cookie's able to come back there on the outside. Oh, as Art is able to squeeze him out there, so A nice try by Boss Cookie to retake the position right there. But it wasn't enough. Oh, as Freyna gets very loose on the curve there. Art is going to be to his right side. Side by side of the chicane. Freyna side by side, but Art is able to pout around the outside there. It's great stuff from these drivers. This is what we've been looking for. So we now see Boss Cookie's going to be right on proximity of Freyna. He's got the DRS open. Is he going to make it? He does. He makes it down, and he slams into Art. What an, oh no! So that's going to be sure damage for the Ferrari of Boss Cookie there.
This is exactly what B-Duck needed. This is exactly what B-Duck needed.
Yes, because that could have done some damage. You know, every now and then you see in these Formula 1 games, if you get hit really hard in the back, some of your end plates fall off. So we might have some damage right here.
Boss Cookie is just throwing this away, essentially.
Oh, yeah, that was not good stuff from him whatsoever. Yeah, but as you said, this is great for B-Dunk because that really made Ard slide on those tires, and he's on the softer compound of the mediums, and sliding on those is going to overheat them very quickly. He's
also
only able to gain 10 there.
Now. It's about 2 seconds.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's
2.4 seconds. Yeah. So he's got more laps to not worry about him as we now see a yellow flag in sector 2. What's going on right here? Oh, whoa. Looks like Mean Fern has damage. He's lost his entire front wing, so his woes continue. Not a good night for him whatsoever. But his teammate, yeah, not a good span, a couple laps there for both of the Red Bulls, as Mean Fern has lost his full front wing. And Ard was just clouded into by Boss Cookie. That's not good for either of them. Yeah, Boss Cookie's now down in 11th place. He's put on medium tires. He's going to try and go to the end on here. Push as hard as he can and try and get back up into points. And yeah, actually, this might be an advantage in a way for him because he might be able to go for the fastest lap on that pressure rubber. See what he can do with that because that gives you that additional bonus point.
Yeah, I just want to point out, Ard is rapidly closing the gap to B-Dunk. So obviously those tires starting to degrade. As we can see.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah, Ard obviously it looked like he was struggling a little bit through the infield sector, the third sector there. But
yeah, Ard sets the fast lap of the race at a 120.5. Looks like the contact with Boss Cookie hasn't phased him very much as he's been able to continue. Let's be real, he probably should have punctured his left rear after that contact, but he's been able to survive that. He's now up in 4th place trying to fight for 3rd now with B-Dunk. So let's see what B-Dunk can do to fend off this very quick Red Bull at the moment on fresher tires. He's been the class of the field all day. He's definitely been the fastest driver
struggling here.
Lead in the majority here. So we'll see if Ard, B-Dunk has his work cut out for him to try and hold off the Red Bull of Ard right here. But either way, actually, back to the battle for the lead. ERS Sam Newton is now 2.6 seconds behind Chandler Sierra. So Chandler is doing a very nice job at keeping that gap from closing down too rapidly on the fact that his tires are 6 laps older. So well done by him as they're going to hit 10 laps to go and they cross the line right here. But yeah, that'll be something to keep an eye on, and as well as the gap to Ard. Ard is now 6.8 seconds. He's 6.8 seconds behind 2nd place, so he's not too far back from the lead, and he's now all over B-Dunk here. So I'd expect an overtake on the front straightaway here. We'll actually go on board with Ard now as he approaches the final corner. B-Dunk actually got a better exit, but B-Dunk is not going to have DRS, which Ard will have. So watch this.
Wow.
Ard tucked in the slipstream, DRS wide open, side by side for a split second as he flies past the Renault there at B-Dunk. So well done by Ard in making an educated textbook overtake right there. Up in the 3rd place. Now he has 10 laps to track down the leaders to try and win this race on the 2 stop. So we got ourselves a battle for the win right here. We've got 2nd place closing in on 1st and 3rd closing in on 2nd at quite gradual rates at the moment. So this should match up. In the last couple laps, Yepes there, I saw Boss Cookie takes a fast lap of the race since he was able to pit on that fresh rubber after the front wing damage. So it's like he'll be able to pick up that bonus point if he's able to hold on to that lap here. But we'll see if Ard can claim it back because he's going to be pushing like all hell to try and catch up to the leaders here as he's now only 6.2 seconds back. So this will be something to watch as we have yellows in sector 2. What's going on here? We scroll down. Oh, it's Mean Fern again. Mean Fern's around. Yeah, his woes just continue to get even worse as he just put on soft tires. It looks like he's going to try and set the fastest lap on those softs. Try and make this day not a total waste, but he spun. He's going to have to pit again for another set of softs if he wants to try and set that fastest lap. Because spinning out on those... as he spins again. So I think we have our biggest L of the night, Dylan.
I don't know. I mean, Boss Cookie has made a couple Yeah, I've been thinking about this all night. Don't get me wrong. I think Boss Cookie's definitely up there. Me and Fern's obviously up there.
I was gonna say, you've been kind of quiet tonight. You've been pondering something. And
Yeah,
that biggest
yeah.
L.
Yeah, no, Boss
Oh,
Cookie.
as
Yeah,
Ard picks up a 3-second time penalty, so that's that's
actually,
bad
hold
for
on,
him.
hold on. I'm gonna check the race director right here. We gotta see
Yeah,
how those
check
incidents line
Chandler
up.
Sietta and ERS Ham Newton so we can have clarification on what that battle is looking like. Is switchback race or is that? Oh, what happened to Maverick here? Maverick pitted. All right, Maverick pitted for softs.
Right, so
Looks like he wasn't able to go to.
So Chandler has 2 warnings. He doesn't actually have a penalty yet. Ard has a 3-second
well done.
time penalty. Boss Cookie has 2 3-second time penalties, so 6 seconds in total. And yeah, it's looking like so far. Sorry,
Mean Fern
Boss
finally
Cookie
giving
with
up, by the
another
way.
3-second. Yeah, and Mean Fern also has a 3-second time penalty. But yeah,
How about ERS Ham Newton?
Sam Newton is actually, I don't even see him here once. I don't see any warnings. I don't see anything. So.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so Chandler Sietta is going to be, he's going to be playing with fire here in the last few laps. One off the track, and he's going to have a 3-second time penalty since he has those 2 warnings already.
Yeah, and
so definitely keep an eye on the bottom of the screen for that.
Warning. Yeah.
Yeah, his ERS Ham Newton has only been able to close in 2/10 there. What was that? All right, so the Red Bull of Mean Fern has finally retired from the race. His Art is in 3rd place right now. He's only 4 seconds back on these guys with 8 to go. So well done by him to close in. His Mean Fern's car is still chugging around the track for some reason, even though he retired. It's a bit strange, but either way, we saw while you were checking the penalties. Looks like Switchback Racer got a bit wide there as he's now coming into the pits. The Switchback is probably going to put on a set of softs here to go for fastest lap. Maverick that's exactly what he's done. He pitted last lap for softs, so it looks like he's going to try and go for fastest lap here in 10th place to make that from 1 point to 2 and possibly even catch up drivers ahead. So we'll keep an eye on him as this race plays out. But something to watch for is definitely the lead because, this actually, I've been very impressed with Chandler Sietta because he just pulled out another few tenths on Ham Newton on those much older tires. It's well done by him to stretch the lead out to 2.7 seconds. His Art is now 3 seconds behind ERS Ham Newton. So the drivers are evenly dispersed here of the top 3.
I usually say that if we're not really talking about you and you're running the top 3, it's probably a good thing. Because there's not really much to talk about except that you're doing all you can. So, yeah, always a good thing to know that you're being boring.
Definitely. It's been a very strategic race actually. There hasn't been too much action, but what we've had is decent, and the strategy that we've had is also very nice because this is coming right down to the wire now. It's only 6 to go, actually 7 to go if you count that additional lap that they're currently on, and the leaders are all starting to come together as Boss Cookie picks up another 3-second time penalty.
I think that's about 9 seconds. Actually, I think he's near disqualification at this point.
Yeah, that's 9 seconds for him. He did set the fastest lap. He did. That's something going for him, but BRL Maverick might be able to beat that. It's actually, no, he's not able to beat that, even though he's on the softs. But keep an eye on Switchback Racer. He might be able to beat that as he was able to strap on a set of softs right there. BRL Skeppy's having is he even on track? It says that his car is here, but no, I don't think he's even, he retired before the race even started, I'm remembering now, so.
Yeah.
Bad night for him. This has not been a great season whatsoever for Skeppy, but looks like ERS Ham Newton's starting to pull it back in a little bit. He was able to haul in 3/10, now 4/10 on this lap on Chandler Sietta. He's trying to pull it back in as they hit the line with 6 laps to go. Race is really starting to take its form here with 6 to go. We're seeing everyone start to come to the end in the positions that they are. Basically splitting who's given up on their position, going for fastest lap, or who can actually get a good position even when the race. So. See right here, his Art is now only 2.1 behind Ham Newton. What Art's got to do is he's got to manage the speed that he's running. If he goes too fast, his tires are going to be worn out too much by the time he catches up to the leaders here, but if he goes too slowly, he won't get there. So it's going to be a balance of speed versus conservation for him as we come down to 5 to go when they hit the line this time. 2.1 seconds up to Ham, and 2.3 seconds now to Chandler. So ERS Ham Newton continues to close in. He may have been preserving his tires to really show his advantage here at the end, and maybe even saving some ERS. As Mean Fern has left the session, he's officially given up tonight after what's been a miserable race. But yeah, this is starting to get exciting now. Within the last couple laps, Oh, Art is now 1.6 seconds behind Ham. So it looks like Art is going to catch Ham before Ham catches Chandler's now. Yeah, Ham actually loses a tenth there on Chandler Sienna. And Chandler, I got to give him credit once again. It's been 21 laps when he crosses the line here on these hard tires, and he's driving like they're fresh. So good job by him. He hasn't had many mistakes, only 2 warnings. Gonna try and keep it that way, because one more, as we said, he picks up a penalty, and that would ruin the race for him, because Ham Newton is in that 3-second window. Ham is now 2.5 seconds back, so yeah, he lost some more time. His Art is now 1.0 seconds back on him, so it looks like he will have the DRS as they go down the back straight out of turn 9 here. So yeah, we'll ride on board. We'll ride on board Art now as he's trying to hunt down the Haas. Oh, as actually we have a yellow in sector 2. We'll see what that's all about. Oh, it's the switchback racer. He's off the track and he lost his front wing. It's not a great race for him. Oh, actually, didn't he lose his front wing? Surprise! Oh, yeah, he lost an end place. He's got half a wing. He's going to have to pit this time by, but yeah, not a good race for him. He was out in the gravel there. Picked up some damage, but yeah, here we go. Art has the DRS open, and he is now in proximity of passing ERS Ham Newton down the front straight. What Chandler Sietta's got to hope for is he's got to hope that these guys go side by side in these last few laps, because that's, I mean, the age that his tires have versus the youth of Ard's mediums, he's going to have to hope and pray that they hold each other up, because
yeah, this is...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is about the time where Ham Newton is definitely going to start to catch Chandler. Obviously, he was able to hold the gap. Chandler was to ERS, was able to hold the gap pretty well over 2 seconds, and now it's just shrinking. But if Ard battles with him right now, as we're seeing right there, not being able to get the move done, but obviously really close, really tight battling, this is exactly what he needs.
You know, a switchback racer leaves the session. Oh, we see Ard runs a bit wide right here. He is definitely letting ERS Ham Newton know that he is here now. He's getting the proximity arrows on his screen for sure at this point, and Ard is right behind him with 4 laps to go. It'll be 3 when they hit the line. I've just noticed ERS Ham Newton has hauled in about a half a second on Chandler Sietta that lap, as the gap is now 1.8. So it looks like that a strategy that Chandler was using and pitting very early for this hard starting to fall apart maybe here at the end, as he's now losing time hand over fist. As ERS Ham Newton is under fire from Ard, as Ard has the DRS open down the back straight. He goes to the inside, making a look down to the outside, getting a better exit here on ERS Ham Newton. He is all over his gear box. Yeah, this is. Ooh, as Ham Newton gets a bit wide off the inside right there. He's able to put a block without even needing to on Ard. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but here they come to the final chicane right here. He's going to try and get a good exit. I don't believe he's running a very low downforce setup, so yeah, I'd expect Ard to make a pretty easy overtake here. So here he is on the final corner, DRS open. Ard is side by side with him for a split second, but he's able to clear him, it appears, before they even get to the corner. So yes, very easy overtake for Ard. Not much effort there, but yeah. Ham did what he could. I mean, those tires are much older, much slower at this point, so he did what he could in holding up Ard as much as he can, but it's now 3 laps to go, 2 seconds up to Chandler Sietta. Can Ard catch him? That's the question right now. He's going to have to try and haul in 2 seconds over the next 3 laps on those now wearing mediums, as he's done 11 laps. It's about 13 laps is probably the maximum amount of laps that you can do on those mediums, so he's going to be losing grip here in the final few laps, but as I say that, Chandler's got to be losing grip as well. He's been on those hards for 23 laps now, so it's really going to be a fight here at the end. Might come down to the final lap for all we know. But yeah, here they come in on the back straight right here once again. The gap is 1.8 seconds. He was only able to close down 1/10 on Chandler Sietta that last sector, but he closes another 10th there in the braking zone, so he's definitely got more grip than the racing point ahead of Chandler. So we'll see what Ard can do now in the technical 3rd sector. We'll ride on board right here through the final chicane. Goes for a nice late apex for the first one, sets up a good shot through the 2nd apex there, as he gets a great exit now as he's now cut down. He cut out another 10th right there. On Chandler Sietta, as we have a yellow flag. Sector 2 is Boss Cookie's out of the race, so it appears that he's wrecked. But anyways, we see him sideways there on the back straight. Not a good race for him. But anyways, back up to the battle for the lead. It looks like Ard actually got a bit wide there in turn number 1 as he loses a couple tenths on Chandler's. And Chandler's able to stretch it out to 1.8 seconds, so can Chandler Sietta win 3 races in a row? He's won the last 2 at China and then Baku. He's going to try and do it 3 in a row, get the hat trick here at Spain. but he's going to have to fight hard to do it because Art is now hauling it back in at 1.6 seconds. So he's gained back whatever time he lost in the first corner, and this is going to come down to the wires. It's now 1.4 as they go into the chicane. Art is going to be pushing he's going to be pushing as hard as he can. His heart's beating as hard as he probably can right now as he's getting excited to probably win this race. Because now Chandler Sietta's getting a bit sideways there in turn 9, we could see ahead. As we now see the gap is at 1.3 seconds, and they're coming next to the white flag right here. So this is coming down to the wire. Taylor Clay makes a move on BRL Mavericks, as you see there on the side, but no one really cares about that at the moment. Chandler Sietta and Art is all the focus right now as they're coming through the final chicane for the penultimate time.
He's pushing so hard right now on this tires.
Yes, he is. Here he is. Right here they come through the final corner. 1.1 seconds for Art. He might have the DRS right here. No, he doesn't, but he's going to have the DRS most likely down the back straight as they get the white flag. It's one more lap for these drivers. This is coming to the end. DRS Ham Newton isn't out of this either. He's only 1.2 seconds back off Art. But anyway, but here we go. One slip up from any of these drivers. Yeah, one slip up from any of these drivers, and this could end badly for any one of them. But either way, yeah, Chandler is now only 1.1 seconds ahead of Art. Art is now 1.0 behind. Here he comes through turn number 5, I believe that is, as they come to the second sector. He took a very tight corner there, didn't wash out very far, and he lost a bit of time by compromising that exit by doing that. He's got a 9/10 gap now, so Art will have the DRS out of turn number 9 right here. Let's ride on board with Art and see what he can do here in turn number 9. He catches a bit of grass on entry, but it's not enough to unsettle him. Opens the DRS, and here he comes down this straightaway. He's hauling it down to half a second. Now it's only 4/10 as they enter turn number 10. He's going to have to push as hard as he can in the third sector here. He is right behind Chandler Sietta as Chandler goes a bit wide in the left-hander. Pushes up the track there in the right-hander. We ride on board with Art as he now comes out of that right-hander. As they go into the last few corners here, he's right behind him as they go into the final chicane. Can he do anything about it? I don't think he can. I think Chandler Sietta's got this locked down. Out of the final corner, here he comes. And Chandler Sietta will win 3 races in a row in BRL to make the hat trick official. He is a 3-race-in-a-row winner now as Art finishes second place. As Art picked up a penalty, I forgot early in the race, as ERS Ham Newton is able to promote himself up to second place. So well done by him in keeping it within the 3-second windows. He's able to get up into second place and take some points away from Art. Man, what a race there between the drivers up in the front there for the finish.
Yeah,
Deer Hunter crossed the line in
finish.
6th place. Ferrari Nutton 50 crossed the line a few seconds ago. Good race by him. A very solid drive. As Taylor Clan now comes to the final chicane right here. It looks like BRL Maverick is directly behind him, but he's not close enough to make an overtake. Taylor Clan will finish in 7th place with BRL Maverick behind, unless penalties play in a hand right here. So we'll see as they cross the line. It is going to stay as it is. Taylor Clan 7th place, BRL Maverick in 8th. Formula Rager crossed the line now, and he's the last of the runners on the lead lap to cross the line. So, man, there you have it, everyone. That was the Spanish Grand Prix in BRL. What a race that was. Not the most physically exciting, but strategically exciting. That was a good race because it all came down to the wire there on the last lap, for God's sake. So, well done by these top 3 drivers. As Chandler Sietta's got the 3-peat done, 3 in a row. He's on fire right now. Can anyone stop him next week at Monaco? Great job by him, and Ham Newton in 2nd place. So Chandler Sietta is going to extend his championship lead to, I believe, 9 points now after he beats Ham Newton in 2nd place right there. So yeah, there you have it. It was your 2 top championship contenders who finished 1-2 today. ERS Ham Newton would have wanted the other way around to cut that lead back and actually get the lead of the points, but he's going to have to deal with a 7-point loss today. So anyways, what a race that was here. Definitely not the one that I was expecting, but yeah, that was exciting. Now that it's over, we got to assign a driver of the day as well as the biggest L. I'm going to allow Dylan to have the rights to that. So who do you think is the driver of the day, and who do you think is our biggest L of the night?
Well, I think we definitely saw Taylor Clan making some great strides, gained a lot of positions at the start. But I also got to hand it to Ard for that final push in the last few laps, just trying to get the win, and was unable to, partly because of the penalty, but also yeah, just it really came down to the wire there. I might have to, but I'm actually gonna give it to Chandler, because he really just held his own the entire race.
Absolutely, I was going to agree.
Yeah. And then biggest
our
L, I think,
biggest L, yeah.
unfortunately, has to go to Boss Cookie, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a great position to score a podium possibly there at the end, and just all fell apart when he made the contact, lost his front wing, and then he ended up wrecking a few laps later. So
Yeah, it just
not
missed
good
his
for him.
breaking
I
point.
almost invited him to the party as we got to interview our winner, but anyways, we're gonna try and get Chandler Cioto in the party right now. Let's invite him. We now shot him an invite. Let's see if he joins here in a second. Man, see, a good crowd tonight. We were in the double digits throughout. Our highest peak was 17 viewers. So well done BRL fans for tuning in and giving this league the crowd that it deserves. These guys are great drivers and they put on a good show more often than not. So thank you for tuning in tonight. And Chandler is not accepting our invites. Let's see if we'll invite him again. If he doesn't, we're just gonna have to deal without a winner interview tonight. Is he still not connecting? Oh, man. Dylan, did you have your mic included, by the way? I'm getting a text from...
I did. Yep.
Okay, I had a text from Skeppy there asking. Whatever, that was our near nightmare we had in Abu Dhabi in the finale a couple seasons ago where we thought my mic was not included, but it was the whole time, even though I didn't have the box clicked. That was good stuff for me. But yeah, it looks like he does not want to be interviewed. He might be a bit camera shy. Well, we've only got 4 viewers now. We've lost them all now that the race is over. Come on, bud. Got to get yourself in here and get an interview done. Oh, here he is. All right, Chandler, just make sure you got your party included here for the post-race interview.
Yep.
All right, you're good. All right, well, here he is, guys. Chandler has just won the 3rd race in a row here in the BRL Season 3. It's been China, then Baku, and now Spain. You were able to get it done. You are on a roll, man. How does this feel?
I mean, it's great, but this one played more of just strategy, not full pace, I don't think. So this one was a little bit more difficult, but getting 3 wins in a row is really helping me in the championship.
Yeah, definitely. So we saw that you started on a soft compound tire. We thought that might have been a curse at first, but you were able to stretch the hards all the way to the end there. I think it was 25 laps you did. How do those tires feel there at the end? Were they gone, or did they still have some grip left?
They felt like they had grip, but at 83% there wasn't much. I was more worried about getting a puncture, so I took it easy for a bit, but then the last few laps I saw I could probably push a little bit more, so I did to get the last little bit out of them.
All right, so at the end there, it really started amping up with Ard closing in on those softer tires there at the end. Was it getting a bit more exciting, a bit more nervous when you saw that, or did that really faze you very much when you saw him in your mirrors?
Yeah, once I saw, I was hoping that he would stay behind Cam a little bit, and he did. And then once he got by, I knew I had to push, and that's when I checked my tires, saw they probably got a little bit more, and that's when I pushed and set 2 personal best in a row, I believe.
All right, well, one question I have left for you is next week is Monaco. We all know that can be the most difficult race of the season for both driver skill and for overtaking. Can we see a 4th win in a row, or what's your Monaco expecting to look like?
I think I have good pace. I'd like to think I do, but some people like a deer hunter who know the track real well, sweating laps on laps. That's going to be a little bit tough, I think.
All right, well, good stuff, man, tonight. That was a great drive. You've been on a roll lately, and you now stretch your points lead out to 9 points over your Sam Newton. Good job by you. So we're not going to round this commentary out tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been BRL Season 3, round number 5, the Spanish Grand Prix at Circuit de Catalunya. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Danny Stevens, accompanied by Dylan Beckwith. I'll see you later.